We're gonna do this video like this today. Can you get comfortable, please? Hello, my dears. My name is Mariana, and welcome to my channel. So it often seems that in our linear thinking, patriarchal, capitalistic world, productivity is everything. We really don't want to ever feel like we're wasting our time. We always want to be outputting meaningful, impressive things into the world. And especially at the start of the new year, we are more than ever focused on how much we produce. But that's exactly what productivity is. It is producing, it is making something, building something, often from scratch. And we don't allow ourselves the reality that that is very overwhelming. When productivity gets too wrapped up in this materialistic, extroverted framework, we often lose touch with the essence of it. We become so overwhelmed that we, frankly, are less productive. But to really harness the magic and the power of our productivity, we have to be in touch with the introverted side of it too, and connect to our spiritual lives that engage with it. So that's why I wanted to offer you some productivity magic today. I've collected 5 magical practices that will center and cultivate a sustainable, grounded sense of productivity with a healthy dose of self-care. The first magical practice is to go with the lunar flow. The 4 main phases of the moon can be a really good, straightforward guide into when to lean into our sense of productivity and when to pull back and really reflect. When you align yourself to the lunar rhythms, you really get into this magical sense of flow that can be very supportive when you're trying to do good work. On the new moon, this is the time to rest. This is the time to re-nourish ourselves. And I think that that is something that we overlook so much when we're trying to be productive, is that we have to go and go and go. And we don't remember that rest is an essential part. Now is the time to set an intention for how to work through the blocks you may have had, or how to keep expanding in ways that have been successful. Over the next week, the moon starts to wax and we get to the first quarter, the half moon. This is the time to get working. This is when the lunar energy is expanding, and so we really want to lean into that sense of expansiveness. We want to be in flow with this sense of momentum, that we're working towards something. This is when we should feel that focus on really manifesting the intentions we set in the week before. When the moon is finally full, this is the time to check in with all that you have accomplished. I find the day of the full moon to be one of really kind of inspired work, so I like to work hard on this day, but then I'll leave time at the end to kind of just pause and look at what I have done, to acknowledge the work that has come from this inspired time. We want to take the time to really recognize all that we have done so that we don't fall into that trap of thinking it's not enough. Finally, we enter the time of the waning moon, and this is when our energy starts to recede and pull back in. This may not be as much of an active time for your work. You may get less done, or you may feel a little bit more stuck inside what you're doing. So much of what gets in the way of our productivity is our blocks, and we just try to storm through them rather than actually examining them, working with them so that we can lift them. This is the time to examine how you had become self-critical, where you got stuck, where you felt the energy really putter out. This is the moon of cultivating gratitude for the work you have done and releasing judgment for what you haven't. Then we return to the new moon, start the cycle again, and we just go in flow with it, not pushing ourselves too hard to do the impossible. We're trying to be present with how we can create a sustainable, productive flow. Number 2, get the right witchy products. There are so many witchy products out there, and I really recommend exploring what you can. Check out Etsy, go to your local cult shop, just see what they might have that is literally meant to cultivate a sense of creative inspiration or a sense of focus and groundedness. Or maybe you like to keep it simple and a crystal on your desk is all you need. Just be willing to try things out. Just because you saw online that citrine is good for a sense of productivity doesn't mean it's going to be the perfect thing for you. I recommend when you use these witchy products to really make a ritual for yourself. Don't think that everything is going to be magic the first time. It's magic because you're believing in it, because you're participating with it. And so the ritual is an essential part of really pulling that energy into your body, of channeling it. I light a specific candle and then place a specific stone. And then I have some healing mist sprays that are just so beautiful. These sprays are by Conjured Healing, and they promote sense of creativity and a sense of intuition, which really helps me in my spiritual work. So I'll spray a little bit over my head or on my throat chakra or solar plexus. I'll light my candle, and that little ritual is often all I need to really get started. Number 3, chakral magic. Though I dabble a little bit, I'm not a true yoga practitioner, so I am not the expert. The idea of chakras, of course, is that there are 7 spheres of energy that exist inside of us that kind of power different facets of our life. So when I need to be productive, I'll hone in on a couple specific chakras that really seem to help me get my power. I might focus on my root chakra when I just need to sit down and do the work. I'll focus on the second chakra when I need to write, when I need to be creative and feel inspired. The throat chakra for me is one that I like to focus on a lot because it helps me expand and lean into my own voice. There are so many ways to work with the chakras. You can do a chakral meditation that kind of explores one or a few of these. You can use essential oils. I like to do this one a lot, where I'll anoint a little bit of the oil around that chakral point and feel the energy opening it so that it's really expanding and assisting you in your work. Number 4, invoke divine inspiration. So often when we get stuck, we don't ask for help. We just assume this is a problem with us and that we're failing and we can't hack it and we just suck. When really it is a momentary lapse in energetic flow. I recommend saying a prayer, as simple as it is. If you are somebody who likes to have a dialogue with the divine or with the deities that you surround yourself with, do that. Ask them for help. Hi. Oh my goodness. Sweet. Okay, but now I gotta work. If you want something a little bit more ritualistic, you can write down all the ways that you feel stuck and then burn it as an offering to the divine. Maybe you have an altar bell that you can ring whenever you feel stuck so that you're inviting that divine energy to fill the room. Don't do it alone. Don't believe that you are meant to be this perfect being who can produce the perfect thing. Everything takes time. That is the point of your humanity. So ask for help when you really need it. Number 5, use tarot for creative clarity. If your work is at all creative, such as writing or entrepreneurship or education, then the tarot can be such a cool creative tool for you. The tarot is such a powerful tool for working through creative blocks and to really get into some cool problem-solving possibilities. I recommend pulling cards without having specific meanings for the cards, just seeing what comes up. If you're creating a tarot course, maybe you pull Justice and realize that part of your course needs to lean into current events. Or if you're trying to launch a new product, maybe the Queen of Pentacles will recommend that you put a feminine spin on it. Just allow the tarot to offer you creative possibility. And don't worry if you pull a card that doesn't make sense or doesn't inspire anything inside of you. Keep pulling. The point here is not to get grand divine answers, but to just spark that creative juice that really needs to be engaged for you to do the meaningful and awesome productive work you're longing to do. Productivity is not just about output. It's about creativity and exploration and feeling empowered and amazed at your own potential. Don't allow yourself to just get stuck in how you're not doing enough. I really hope that these 5 magical practices will reinvigorate your productive potential and that this is just the most exciting, productive year of your lives, my friends. Go ahead and check out my Instagram for daily tips on witchery and wisdom to keep promoting this productive power. And if you're not yet, make sure you subscribe to Persephone's Sister Family. I am very eager to welcome you. So that's it. I have nothing more for you. Get to work. Or maybe don't. Maybe rest. Maybe binge ER, like I have for the last 2 weeks. Whatever makes you feel good, I hope you have a beautiful, meaningful day. Yep. This is my life. Okay.